Welcome to the Healthy Vibes podcast. I'm Kelly Renato, a mom of two with a passion for helping you live well and have the courage to show up for yourself and your family. My goal each week is to give you a quick dose of courage and empower you to pause more, slow down, and not feel pressured or distracted by this world, and to remember that you always have a choice. I'm so grateful you're here. Let's get started. Hey there, welcome to the Healthy Vibes podcast. I'm Kelly Renato, and I thank you so much for being with me today. My goal each week is to bring you a quick bit of encouragement, something to think about, something to just set you on a good path for the week, and just to help you slow down, chase what matters, and not be pressured by this world. So this week, I want to talk about your mind and minding your mind, because our mind is our responsibility. And no matter how hard we work at getting our mind in a good place, a positive place, it's so easy to fall back into that negative cycle inside your mind. It's just easy, regardless of how good you're doing, how good things are going. It can sometimes just be something that sets us off or sets us on the spiral. And sometimes it happens so quickly, so easily, without us even realizing it. I think our mind can just spiral. But I just want to remind you and tell you that it's our responsibility to get our mind back on track. And we can. Some days are easier than others. Some seasons are easier than others. But we can get our mind back on track. And I think that it can be, for some of us, it might be simpler than others, but either way, we got to own it and try to get out of the negative cycle. So when you fall into that trap, whether you do something stupid, you make a mistake, someone frustrates you, maybe your day is just not going how you want, maybe you're just in a rough season, you're kind of beating yourself up, things just haven't been going your way, whatever it is, at some point, you got to make the choice to try and switch gears, to do your best to try and switch gears. So sometimes, you've probably heard to have some sort of a phrase or a mantra or something that just, gets you out of it, that you repeat over and over. And that can work for some people. For me, I find that it's either a couple of things, or sometimes it's even bigger if I can't get out of it. I mean, sometimes I need to go for a walk. I need to have a workout. Sometimes I need to completely switch gears, go turn on some music and just change the tune. Just try to laugh, find someone that I know always takes life lightly and can help me laugh and get out of it. A lot of times I need to pause. I need to get away from whatever it is. It's frustrating me. Maybe get outside, go for a gratitude walk, a prayer walk. And when I say a walk, I mean I walk my yard over and over. And I ask, I'm like, God, please heal my mind. Help me to get in better thoughts. Heal my heart. Help me to let go of whatever it is that is just beating me up in my mind. Either way, it's not always easy. Some days are better than others. And there were years that it was so hard to get out of a negative mindset because maybe I was in such a bad place. Life was hard. And so, sometimes it took a lot more. It took a lot of good choices. Exercise, getting outside, getting in my Bible. I find that I would just layer good choice on top of good choice on top of good choice. So if you're in a really, really bad place, I feel like it takes a lot of steps to just get you in a better place and practice over and over good things, good thoughts, mantras, gratitude, prayer, whatever it is. But I'm also saying when we're overall in a good place and we just let our mind get the best of us here and there, and it just happens so often, it's our responsibility to switch it back. And if we continue the blame game or the complaining or the, whatever it is, if we stay on that track, your mind is not going to get out of it. It's not going to get out of it. And for me, I don't want to just pretend like I'm in a good place. I want to feel good. I want peace in my heart. I want to feel gratitude for the day and joy in my heart. I want to really feel good. I don't want to just pretend like it. I don't want just a Band-Aid on my mind. I want to retrain my mind. I want my mind to be in a good place. And it is possible if you mind your mind. So that means you have to pay attention to what's going on in your mind. And when it starts spiraling out of control, you shift it back. And you got to figure out how you can shift your mind back. Like, what does it take for you? Is it just snap out of it? Let's get positive and try and switch gears. Or do you need to do more like me? Go for a walk, go get some fresh air, pause, get away from whatever it is, turn your phone off, turn some music on, go for a ride with your windows down. Figure out what it is that gets you out of that negative mindset and switch gears. Sometimes I think it's just owning it. Like I've said to people, I'm in a really bad place today. I don't know why, but my mind is just in a bad place. And I just need to admit it, accept it, and then let it be. I talked about this recently. It's something lately that it's in my mind. And I say a lot of times, let it go, move on, give it up, like give it to God. But lately I have this track that goes on in my head when something is going in the wrong direction, and I try to fix it, or I try to, handle the problem, solve the problem, whatever it is. And it gets to a point, there's nothing else I can do. I just let it be. Or if something bad happened today, or I made a mistake, or I said something wrong, or someone said something to me, I stop overthinking, I stop overanalyzing, and I just let it be. I move on. No more explaining to do, no more nothing, just let it be. And I stop whatever it is that's cycling in my head, same kind of thing. I'm like, all right, Kelly, just move on, just let it be. A lot of things are just going to be that way. And at some point, you just have to accept it and move on. Mind your mind and move on. Don't sit in that cycle of constantly beating yourself up, overanalyzing, continually thinking about what you did wrong, what someone said. Let it be and move on. Accept whatever it was and move on. Like, so many things in life are not going to be how we think they are, or we're not even going to be able to fix them to how we think they are. We can't, or how we think they should be, or how we want them to be. So we just have to let them be. Let it be. And we can't fix other people. You can't change other people. And you got to let that be too. So if in your mind is this cycle of what someone said, what someone did, you can't change that. So you got to let that be. And sometimes it's just saying to God, please just take that out of my mind. Let me leave that here and move on. Heal my mind. Help me to think about something else. And just help me to move on from this. Let it go and let that be. So this week, I want you to practice and figure out what helps you shift out of that negative mindset. And even if it's not the mind, well, it is the mind, but it starts coming out of the mouth. And I think a lot of times, some of us get in such the habit of the complaining or of the whatever. And mind your mouth, mind your mind. It's our responsibility to shift from the negativity. And I always say, like, all of that negativity, it just stays in your body. It's like pure unhealthiness. Like it's just bad energy. So if you continue the constant negativity, the mind cycle of bad thoughts, you've got to get out of it for your health. Break free. Like, just tell yourself, tell God, please break me free from these thoughts. But either way, you got to own it. It's your responsibility. It's your mind. So we have got to mind our mind. So this week, I want you to own your mind and don't let this world steal your mind. Don't let it steal your joy. Every time, it happens often, you start feeling you're having a good day, you're feeling good, you're joyful, things are going well, you seem to be getting things done, and something always seems to come crashing in. So don't let it steal your mind. Just let it be. and keep moving on. Because your mind is yours, and figure out what options you can use to help steer your mind off of the negativity and onto a positive track, back to that good track, that healthy track. So just figure it out. There's lots of options. Find your mantra, find your go-to phrase, find where you're going to walk, go outside, take deep breaths, whatever it is that helps you. Maybe it's a song, a friend that makes you laugh, whatever it is. This week, figure out how you can mind your own mind, because you can, and it's yours. You get to own it. It's a good thing. You're in control of it. So take ownership of the mind. I hope you have the best week. Send this to someone that you know needs to hear it. I appreciate you listening. Please leave me a review. Follow along wherever you listen. Subscribe to the show. And I'd love, love, love to hear from you. So have a good week. Take care.